Did you deliberate?
No, not deliberate.
Okay. All right. But they said that for any of you who would have some of your rivals going independent, they will be suspended. Is that it? From the party?
No, that one is in our constitution.
Oh, it's a constitutional thing.
If you go independent, there's no way it will allow you to.
Okay. Now let's talk on this. This one, I think that Kenny will love it very, very much. It's about political parties demanding 2016 election roadmap from EC. And general secretaries of all the political parties, they've asked the Electoral Commission to release a timely timetable for elections 2016. And I remember that there were a number of concerns that the political parties raised back in 2012, that very year. The register came late, issues of legislation and things like that. And have you read through the synopsis? And they made a number of recommendations. If you can just give me your own idea about all this roadmap and how we need to make sure effectively 2016 is an election we'll accept.
Well, I think it is a good platform for leaders of our political parties. And let me say a big thanks to IEA for organizing such a program. You see, 2016 election is a matter of all elections. Yes.
Well, we're going to have 2020,
oh, well,
and then we'll have 2024.
Well, I mean,
so which one is going to be the matter of?
You see, when you have 2016 is going to be a matter of all elections because one.
You mean that so far all the this one is going to be the matter one?
One. If you have a party that has ruled for 8 years, normally, as a normal thing, after 8 years, all your brains, everything, you exhaust it, you give way for fresh ideas to come. They, NDC, have had the opportunity from 2009 to rule to 2016. So we would have thought, like they did to
that their time is up.
Like they did to MPP during Kufuor's time, that 8 years. Though you did all that, you brought all the nice ideas, 8 years is enough. You leave the scene, new party also come. By this time, the current president says, oh no, somebody did 4 years. I am now doing mine, so I haven't done the 8 years. So I need more 4 years. It has not happened in the history of this party country that. So
you're saying that it's an election of all elections because
yes,
a precedent could be set.
Yes. You see, it means that you see a political party like NDC looking for 12 straight years to govern the country. So if we don't put measures in place where at the end of the day, whoever loses the election will gladly accept it and go peacefully. If you leave things like that where people will not be happy at the end of the day, you raise issues, you look at the chaos. And these are, you see, sometimes when you speak, people think, hey, you are preaching. No. There are precedents that have happened across the sub-region. We know it. So when it comes to election issues, Ghana is not immune from any, this kind of electoral violence and all those things. It could happen to us. So if IEA thought it wise that EC, and most of this thing depends on the EC. All the issues they went to raise, like EC should come and tell us the role of even STL, like we are discussing now. How can you and a whole country give the management of your database to a foreign company institution?
Not necessarily a third party.
A third party for security. Why?
This is
very dangerous. This is a national security issue, and nobody in this country see it because it's news to the benefit of whoever it is.
Of what country of origin are they?
They are Israeli company, Superlock Limited, and it's a conglomerate. And this company, where we have, they own Amandi, Amandi Power belongs to them. And these are the people who are even supplying us 250 megawatts of this emergency power plant from Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
So your point is?
And if you have a company who is fully involved in the businesses of this country by this government, okay, awarding contract by this going to this company, and is managing.
You mean other sectors?
Yes.
The parent company, you say?
The parent, and they are managing.
So your point is that what?
Very dangerous, and that's easy.
That they could be compromised?
They are not, they could be heavily compromised already. They are heavily.
All right, your point has been made there.
Already.
Okay, it's just an initial talk. What do you make of it? It's the platform is the IEA's Ghana Political Parties Program, and a meeting of general secretaries and the other added representatives.
Yeah. I just want to commend the IEA for that bold and very nice initiative. Initiative good in the sense that it brings all kind of ideas together. And you know, these recommendations, if you go through critically, they are not, for me, anything new. I'm saying that because first of all, the first point of call for any election is timetable. For stakeholders in the process to know from what stage to another are we moving to. And it's critical. 1 year to election, stakeholders need to know how the process are involved from day one to the last day, which is the 7th of November. Very, very critical. So that those who want to plan can start planning. I don't have any problem with that one. The Electoral Commission have the mandate to ensure that all the stakeholders have the plan so that they can work with that plan. It's very important. But you see, management of database all over the world are not handled by companies themselves. This is not the first time where private organizations...
You mean they are not handled by the commissions themselves?
No.
They have to outsource?
Yes.
The technology or the management?
Yes.
They are two different things.
Of data management. The commissions...
They have their core objective.
Core objective.
It's not to keep technology.
So outsourcing,
you say outsourcing is normal around the world.
It's normal around all over the world.
But where lies the case?
But the security aspect of it is critical. So we need to be investigating what are the security measures.
Are you satisfied with the current arrangement?
I don't have details.
Where he's raising issues about STL having its parent company also operating in other sectors, and their fears because they are a key stakeholder in the election, that they could be compromised in many ways. We're not saying that that's going to happen, but it's preemptive.
You can do that on your own, but if you don't have any evidence to prove that, because the point is that in the signing of the contract, we need to look at the contract. What are what is the context of the contract?
The terms and
all. The terms and all that, and what are the responsibilities of STL? If I'm able to see that, you see, I don't jump into conclusions unless I have details of what STL is doing to EC. Then we can jump. If you look at the report that UNDP asked,
preliminary report,
I think that most of the things they say, they quickly jump into conclusions.
Is it a report that the EC has not yet responded to?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so it's not a final report?
It's a preliminary report.
No, it's a preliminary report.
Okay, so it's not a final report.
It's not a final report.
It means that you write the report, oh, these are my findings.
Yes.
Then you give it to the institution, they look at it and so they respond.
So,
then through that you come out with the final.
Yes, that is how come if you look at the report.
So then it was very much preemptive for us to be discussing it in the media.
That's why if you look at the recommendations by the platform, they are even calling for
but they have also raised some
and a response to the report. That's what the platform is calling for. One of the recommendations of the platform is that they should, EC should respond to some of the findings or the preliminary findings of the report, so that all of us will be clear from day one. But this management of election result and database, for me critically, we, the political parties themselves, should be rest assured within ourselves and should have the capability and capacity to be able to determine what is happening.
No, you can't.
The foremost agency is the EC.
You see, in the situation where even the EC has failed all attempts, or even in past elections, to even provide political parties with full details, with addresses
of the register
of registered voters. How do you go and say political party should accept and should trust it? If I have it, if political parties have full details of all voters with the addresses, everything, location, then they can have hope. When there are any foreign materials, they will be able to know it.
Because
what you are demanding for.
Because in the discussions, right, I'm not cutting you off, and I know that Ken also came in. In the discussions, it was noted that all you political parties agree that the voters register, for example,
yes,
contain illegal
illegalities. All the political parties.
When we say illegal entries, we need to explain further.
How do we cure this mischief?
When you say illegal entries, we need to explain further.
On the foreign materials.
Names and pictures that are not supposed to be there. That's
if you go and take a minor and a minor register, why do you blame the manager of the database?
But the manager of the database
if you yourself
should be capable of
from day one, no.
Detecting.
If you agree from day one that we should use national health insurance from your own CI
that's before it was amended.
Yes. And the people use it to go and register.
You don't find anything wrong with it?
No, we don't. Ghanaians agree through parliament.
Okay, I get your point. Now, Ken.
So why do you come out and say now that?
Exactly. Right, now, Ken, give me scenarios.
Yeah, because
give me scenarios in which it is possible that there could be registration of minors for which Electoral Commission officials can't do anything about.
You see, when they
give me such scenarios. Because, for example, if I take a child,
yes,
and I live in a community in which it is acceptable that this is my child, all right, but nobody knows the age of the child, but I, as a parent, I accompany the child to go and register. The Electoral Commission officials would have no excuse
they have
than
no
to
excuse.
register.
You see, this is you can't put. Sometimes we say we will not put all the blame on one person, like you said. Parents.
Because he's saying that all of you mostly have to blame, not even the
people might have sent these people to go there to do to register those minors. But what is the easy? What is the technology position of the easy? They tell me easy cannot do anything. When you go to FIFA, they have age cheating technology.
Am I right?
That has prevented.
It's still not foolproof.
It's still, but they have been able to use it.
We have Ghanaian players are the
world. Oh, they go now since they started issuing. You see, even under 17, we have had problems. We can't even qualify.
It's not true. Nigerians go all the time.
They go, but why are we not going? We can't say we have 100% technology perfect to curtail that. But at a certain point, if you're able to even get 80% to 85%, that technology can cure that. What is the issue doing? Yes, I might have hold my daughter, my son comes, oh, he's 18 years. Now the system, we know the country has failed all of us. 58 years in existence. We don't have a centralized database. We don't issue. You see, it's so sad that people give birth and they don't even get birth certificate. That authenticates or shows that this guy is a true son of the land. We don't have it.
When we have a national ID, we would not need a birth certificate, would we?
But you see, it is important. That is the first step. Because if you don't have the birth, which shows, a hospital have, an institution have shown, when you travel, those who have the opportunity to give birth outside, the moment you give birth by 1 week, your birth certificate, your child birth certificate is there. It's automatic. It's mandatory. Why haven't we done it as a country? 58 years, and we sit and we'll be talking, blah, blah, blah. That one is not there. But we need to make a step. I remember when in MPP time, before introduced this national identity, look at how the NDC fought us. Even the EC fought National Identification Authority that it is not their mandate to compile or for EC to outsource any data from them. Look at all this. When we were building, by now we would have done it. I know that we were able to by that time we were able to register about 21 million people, including foreigners and Ghanaians. What has come of that? Why did we cut it at a certain point? Of whose interest Why were we preventing for the continuation of that? What advantage would any government will get? That is why he wanted us to curtail that process.
Somebody say you're not drawing up conspiracy theories.
Yes, that is the question that we need to ask.
You're drawing up conspiracy theories.
Yes, I'm drawing it up. It might have gone. It might have been on the disadvantage of somebody. So he said, no, we won't continue, because when we continue, it will bring everything to light. But we have to know that this country is all that we have. If you do things properly, it will benefit the country.
Now, so from even our discussions here and the discussions past that we've had, whether it's a public forum that the EC has had with the various political parties and pressure groups, etc., we do agree that there are serious issues with the election in terms of the management of the election, the monitoring of the election, and even before compiling data for that very election, and the way even the relationship is between the Electoral Commission and the other stakeholders like the political parties, etc. How do we make sure there's that level of trust going into 2016? Because it seems to be a big deal, right?
My experience in election.
Well, I've been told past experience don't matter. We need new experiences.
No, it matters. My experience is that there's a consistent improvement in our election processes in this country. And if you compare from 1992 up to 2012, 2012 is the best. And as a living
precedent, so to speak, 2016 will be better than 2012.
Yes, and that's the way we should be thinking. So it's good that we are looking at some of the loopholes and see the way we can refine it and retool it so that we can improve from 2012 and get better in 2016. That's the way society progress. So for anybody to think that the 2012 election is the worst, I get worried. Then it means that we are not even part of the system at all. Then you don't even know what is happening in this country. Because you can compare from 2000, 2004, 2008, we all know what happened in this country. And you compare that process to 2012, and you say that we are going back? No. The big answer is no. We are progressing.
So you're saying, despite all the concerns that were raised, even landing us in the courts following the petition, it's still been one of the best elections we organized since 1990.
That's the point. And I believe strongly that they do appreciate that one. The critics, they do appreciate that the 2012 election, as far as I'm concerned, is the best ever organized election in this country. So if there are challenges, we are all part of it.
Man-made challenges.
They are all part of the problem. And when we are going for biometric, all the good things, those who raise all the good things about biometric didn't say that we should consider, because if you are going for technology, they will give you specification of the technology. So I believe those who are going to procure the biometric technology from STL might have been given the details of what the technology will be able to do. But we go for it. And in the procurement committee of EC, there are political party reps in there. Have they raised all these issues concerning we should get the biometric machines that will be able to detect?
There are political party reps on the procurement.
I'm not aware.
I can tell you.
I'm not aware, but this internal procurement matter, EC has the mandate to do that. I don't think they can. IPAC can only make suggestions as to what.
And EC can decide to take
EC can decide it. You see, that's why I'm saying that EC, I mean, is behaving as an isolated institution.
Is it still behaving like that?
Well, yes, looking at the things I'm seeing, but it's like we are one body. I mean, if political parties are not there, EC ceases to be functional, you see. So we should see as a coexistent party that we want the best for the country. We don't take an entrenched position. I will not support any political party who will take an entrenched position that this is how things should go. But you see, I will support any political party that will say that there are flaws with the system and that we need to check it.
Ken, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Entering 2016, let's say it's October No. Okay, we're hearing the election will be in November.
November.
So let's say it's August or July. What foremostly will be a sign for you as somebody who is an active member in Ghana's politics to say this election in the Nkoye?
Well,
What do you think will be the one thing that will be the first sign for you to see that no? Because the last time, the first sign that the political parties raised was the subject of the register coming to the parties late.
The same thing. That's why I'm saying that it will be the credibility of the voter register they will be bringing out.
Okay.
Whether those issues that we raise concern, those floor minors and all those stapled pictures and all those things have been taken out. If they are still in existence, then we'll be looming, we'll be heading towards danger.
Have we found out whether the staple pictures that were presented by the MPP are in Ghana's register?
We have sent it to EC. It's only EC that can only answer that.
We've had in the... no, okay. Just make a short comment.
It's interesting. If you have a database and you suspect there's a staple picture and you know the constituencies that they are staple pictures,
just go there and go and mop up.
I believe strongly that.
So that's your argument. You don't need a new register.
Well, it is the decision of the EC. That's what I'm saying.
Kennedy Osenya is a member of parliament for Achim Swedro. Thanks for joining me, Kenny.
Thank you.
And also here is Bright. And Bright Demoji is a member of parliament for Botiano, English Yamanfro. We know that the Ghana Water Company, through its communications manager Salimate, are indicating that the Wager Dam will be spilled over. And so some of those residences would have to be affected. I think some of those areas are in his constituency. They're in your constituency.
Yes.
All right. Please make sure that you are not on the waterway, so to speak. We're taking a break. When we come back, Gladys already will be here with entertainment. And it's brought to you by Airtel. You stay on.